Hello friends! So great news, the king is back. Stable Diffusion 2.0 is out. And that means no Super Stable Diffusion 2.0, no fake 2.0, the real official 2.0 of Stable Diffusion made by StabilityAI. So let's check that out. Oh, and if you don't care about Stable Diffusion 2.0 and just came here for a joke, I got you. So 5 ants rented an apartment with 5 other ants. They're now 10 ants. All right, so we're here at StabilityAI's blog, and we have here Stable Diffusion 2.0 release. So this is great news, everyone. So we had a 1.4, we had a 1.5, and now we made a jump to 2.0. And this is StabilityAI, which, EMAD is the face of that one. It is our pleasure to announce the open source release of Stable Diffusion version 2. The original Stable Diffusion version 1, led by Compass, changed the nature of open source AI models and spawned hundreds of other models innovation all over the world. It had one of the fastest climbs to 10,000 Github stars of any software, rocketing through 33,000 stars in less than 2 months. So that was just some history. Here's the team working on it. We have Stable Diffusion 2.0 delivers a number of big improvements and features versus the original version 1 release. So let's dive in and take a look at them. Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do. It's an example image. So we have a new text-to-image diffusion model. And just right off the bat here, what this means is you're not going to get a new checkpoint file that you can just download from Hugging Face, like what happened in 1.5. With a new diffusion model, every user interface is going to need to make some changes. So at the point of recording this, it's not possible to put this into automatic 1111 or whatever user interface you use right now. But when you're seeing this, maybe, because there's already been pull requests to update some of the most popular ones. So give it a day or two, and we're probably going to be well updated. So it says here, Stable Diffusion release includes robust text-to-image models trained using a brand new text encoder developed by Leon, with support from StabilityAI, which greatly improves the quality of the generated images compared to earlier version 1 releases. The text-to-image models in this release can generate images with default resolutions of both 512 by 512 pixels and 768 by 768. So this is great news. Now you have a native higher resolution, which means, of course you could do a higher resolution previously, but doing it natively means that the model has been trained or fine-tuned really on images that are 768 by 768 by 768. You can start with higher resolution images and then move upwards from there. These models are trained on an aesthetic subset of the Leon 5B dataset created by the DeepFloyd team at StabilityAI, which is then further filtered to remove adult content using Leon's NSFW filter. So this is good news for some and bad news for some. You're going to have a not safe for work filter, which is great for professional use and just general family friendliness. For some, there's going to be a limitation, but I'm sure there's going to be workarounds for people that need that. I think generally for professional use, which I use the AI for mostly, this is actually a good feature because there's been some sort of like a limitation of what you can't do, especially in a professional environment. And for example, just like doing YouTube or streaming, you can't live render anything because anything can pop up. You're just going to get like banned. That's not great. Yeah, so here's some examples of images produced in the native 768 by 768. Another new feature is super resolution upscaler diffusion models. So Stable Diffusion 2.0 also includes an upscaler diffusion model that enhances the resolution of images by a factor of 4. And here's an example of that. So the model is upscaling an image that is 128 by 128 and into the high resolution of 512 by 512. So they say here, combined with the text-to-image models, which can get the images up to like what we talked about earlier, 768. Now we can generate images up to, well, not up to, it can generate images by to 2048, and it says it, or even higher. But I think this is like a solid number until it starts, losing a lot of detail. And this is kind of cool, the depth to image diffusion model. Now, the forum has been working a little bit with depth mapping and Midas, but it hasn't been that widely used in just regular stable diffusion models previously. But now they have implemented that, and they call it depth to image. And it's basically, you can have a depth map, which, well, this can be an example of a depth map. And then your text to image or depth to image generations will base their results on that. So as you can see, all the results here are based upon this depth map. So it's think of it as image to image, but more advanced, really. And it says here, depth to image can offer all sorts of new creative applications, delivering transformations that look radically different from the original, but which still preserve the coherence and depth of that image. And you can see the white image here, that one that pops out, that's the depth image. And then it generates out from that. So that's really cool. And that's going to help, especially in professional use. I mean, let's say you're working with, everyone says, oh, Midjourney V4, that's so great. Yeah, but it's I mean, yeah, you can get great images, but it's so very limited. You need to be able to control the AI generation, like not 100%, but close to it. If you're going to use this in a professional environment, the demands and specs are so specific that you just can't deliver. Okay, here's a beautiful image. Oh, it's done. I mean, it works for Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that, and well, some uses, but most of the time you need to be super specific, and Stable Diffusion is the king of that, and has never been dethroned in that regard. An updated in-painting diffusion model. Now, in-painting was improved a little bit in 1.5, and well, I hope to see much better improvement here in 2.0. In-painting has been, well, it's been improved, but it has been one of the weaker aspects of Stable Diffusion so far. And that's also taking into account the professional use. In-painting is an extremely powerful tool. Let's say you're working with like a composition or something that you have previously. It's like you have a photo from a photo shoot that you can just quickly in-paint a little bit. That's going to transform the whole business. And again, just like the first iteration of Stable Diffusion, we worked hard to optimize them all to run on a single GPU. So as I've understood it, it doesn't say so specifically, but I've heard talks about lower VRAM requirements all around. We'll see about that. I haven't tested it thoroughly yet. We wanted to make it accessible to as many people as possible from the very start. We've already seen that when millions of people get their hands on these models, they collectively create some truly amazing things. This is the power of open source, tapping the vast potential of millions of talented people who might not have the resources to train a state-of-the-art model, but who have the ability to do something incredible with one. This new release, along with its powerful new features like depth to image and high-resolution upscaling capabilities, will serve as the foundation of countless applications and enable an explosion of new creative potential. Well, yeah, I don't doubt that. Okay, so for more details, yeah, here's the GitHub link. I'm going to put all the links in the description below, so check that out. But remember, as of this recording, you can't just download the checkpoint and start working. But give it a few hours, and most tools, I assume, will be updated for this, because this is huge news. Huge news. And again, this is the real official 2.0. Now again, if you're like a programmer or know coding very well, you can get this to work. There's information in GitHub how to manually start it up. We're quickly gonna dive into the GitHub as well. So here's Stable Diffusion again, 2.0. Here's some example images. So this repo contains Stable Diffusion models trained from scratch. And this is important. They have been trained from scratch and hopefully with experience and knowledge about the previous ones. So this is, again, a huge update. And will be continuously updated with new checkpoints. So you're going to have the 512, the new 512 by 512 model. You're going to have the fine-tuned 768 by 768 model. So you can choose which one you want to use. Some of the news here, we talked about the upscaling, the new upscaling, and the new depth map. We saw some examples of that. Here's another one. Here's a text guided. Okay, that was the in-painting model. Yeah, we saw that previously. Okay, so basically here, if you know what you're doing, you can update an existing latent diffusion environment. And you're going to need to run conda and install the diffusions here. Xformers again are available and you should use them. It's going to lower your VRAM requirements by a lot and speed up the renders as well. And then you just need to run the compiling here. So this is just a graph of the comparison of the different models. So the new 2.0 is the blue line here. I'm not going to delve too much into that. Some text-to-image examples. Yeah, you can check this out by yourself. I'm not going to delve into this. Most of this was in the blog post already. But again, I'm going to post the links down below. Yeah, so there you have it. Stable Diffusion 2.0. And to summarize, what you have is a brand new latent space trained on larger images. So you're going to get high resolution, native 768 by 768, better compositions, a new upscaler, depth to image as a new feature, the not safe for work filter, all that good jazz. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. I hope this will be available when you watch the video. And if not, well, just wait a few hours and I'm sure it will be updated in most interfaces. Have a good one. See ya.